friends, it's Jessie here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. For today's video, we are going to be writing out my budget for my husband's second paycheck in September. Took me a minute, I almost said August. The paycheck date, looking at my calendar here, is September 14th, so we are looking at all of the stuff we have to pay between September 14th and the 20th to make this budget work. So I'm just going to go ahead and write the paycheck date in here, September 14th. I hope you are all having a great September so far. I am using my Paycheck budget printable. This is the design for September with the fun painted stripes. I do have this available in my Etsy shop, which I will have linked down below. It is a printable download. You just download it to your computer, print it out yourself. Nothing will be shipped. But in addition to this design for September, which I have all of my worksheets for September, I also did get up my printables for October. So really quickly, let me show you guys what those look like in case you missed it. I had two different designs for October. The first one is a fun Halloween theme. If you're into Halloween, it's got some spiders and some moons and stuff. This is the cover sheet here. So this is what one of the designs is, and all of my worksheets are available in this fun spider print, as you can see here. And then I also did a fun autumnal design for those of you that aren't into orange or you aren't into Halloween. So there's also this fun leaves pattern, which I love. I think it's so pretty. So that's what that looks like. It's sort of this kind of red, autumn red color, and these are available as well. So I have a whole bundle, which is 11 different printables, 11 different worksheets, available for a low price, or you can buy them individually if you just want the sinking funds page, or if you just want the weekly check-in, which is new for October, or you just want the paycheck budget worksheet. So head on over to my Etsy shop and check these out if you are interested. Everything is posted and available for purchase, and all of the income I receive from my Etsy shop after I pay taxes is going straight to extra debt payments. So by supporting my Etsy shop, you're supporting my debt-free journey, and I appreciate it. So let's go ahead and talk about this September 14th budget. So we are budgeting my husband's paycheck number 2, his second paycheck of the month. My husband is paid every single week on Tuesdays. He works in the plumbing industry as a sewer and drain cleaner, so we're budgeting that income, and we are also budgeting the child tax credit. So we have a 13-year-old son, so we have been receiving $250 a month in advance payments for the child tax credit. So that I will go ahead and write in here, but I'm not going to write in my husband's income because we choose not to share that. So that is all of the income we are budgeting today. I do have a paycheck from Etsy this week. However, what I have been doing is just collecting all of my income from my side hustles, and I'm going to budget all of that just one time a month at the end of the month. So once I've collected all of my income from Etsy and from YouTube and everything for September, then I will budget that out and figure out what we're going to do with that. So be on the lookout for that. I've just been keeping track of my income using my income tracker worksheet, which is also available here on my Etsy shop. So I've got my income tracker tracking my annual income, like each month of the year, and then it also comes with the second worksheet where you can track just like the income as it comes in monthly. So this is my income for September. I've had a couple of Etsy paychecks. I still have a few more to go, and then once I have all of my income for September, that'll be its own separate paycheck budget. So be on the lookout for that later on this month. But for now, we're focusing on my husband's income and that child tax credit. So looking at my calendar, I have a few bills we need to pay this week. We've got Michigan Gas and DTE, which are our utilities. And then I also have a minimum payment on a Lowe's card due this week. So those are the bills that we have to focus on. I'm going to write those here under this checking section. This checking section, I write in anything that I'm going to leave the money in the bank in my checking account to cover those things. So that's going to be all of my bills this week. Starting out with Michigan Gas. This is our gas company, gas for our home. I have been on the budget plan for as many years as we've lived here in our home, but something got messed up with my billing, and my bills kept coming in and telling me I didn't owe anything, even though I knew that I had a payment that I had to make because of the budget billing. So what I did was I unenrolled from the budget billing to kind of get everything set and situated. I'm just going to pay what is actually due this month, which is $22.55. So I'm just going to go ahead and round that up to $23. And then I have since re-enrolled in budget billing to kind of get everything back on track. So next month, this bill will be higher because it's an average of all of our gas bills for a whole year. Obviously, it was only $23 because we haven't been running the furnace at all. We've been running the air conditioner. But it's typically higher than this, but that explains that. Hopefully that made sense. And then we also have DTE, which is our electric bill. We are on the budget plan for this as well. They just did the redetermination for DTE, and our bill went down a little bit, which is good. That means we're using less energy. $193 is what we're budgeting for that. And then the only other thing going here under this checking section is our minimum payment on our Lowe's card. That is the card we are currently working on trying to pay off. So we are paying the minimum payment, but then we're also paying any extra money that we can towards that debt. So the minimum payment is $30. So we're going to be adding some extra debt payments to Lowe's here in this section, but the minimum payment's $30, and that's what's going here under checking. And that's actually it. Typically, I put like my gas for my car here under checking. I've also put food here under checking in the past when I was using a card to make those payments. However, since I started doing my budget for groceries and gas and things rolling over each week, I've decided to pull those things out in cash. So that'll be under cash envelopes. So that's it for my checking account. I'm going to go ahead and pull my calculator in here, and we're going to add these things up. So we have 23 plus 193 plus 30 for a total of $246 that I'm going to leave in my checking account to cover all of these things. That takes care of that. Now we're moving on to cash envelopes. So this cash envelope section is all of the cash I'm going to pull out of the bank for our variable expenses, our spending money, our gas money, that sort of thing. Starting out with my husband's spending money, I like to give both my husband and I spending money every week to keep us from feeling deprived and keep us on track. Like if we went gazelle intense, as Dave Ramsey would say, and just did scorched earth and we weren't paying anything except extra debt payments, we would be miserable. So we are giving ourselves some spending money to keep us from feeling completely miserable and giving up. So he is going to get $40 in cash, as am I. We've got food. Now this is for groceries, it's for eating out, and it's also for any household items. I tend to pick up my household items from Walmart at the same time that I'm picking up my groceries, so it just makes sense to have this all be one line item. I have a little tiny bit of grocery money left from last week, and we did quite a big shop last week, so I don't think I'm going to need quite as much money this week. Last week we budgeted $300 for food. So this week we're going to try $200 and see how that goes. For gas, we're going to do $50. That's about what it costs to fill my Subaru Forester from empty right now with gas prices being what they are. So that's what we are going to budget. Even though I don't think I'm going to need to fill up this week, I always budget for gas whether I think I need it or not, because the last thing I want to do is get halfway through the week, discover I need gas, and I don't have any money set aside for it. So that's what we've done there. We have Austin. This is my 13-year-old son. He gets an allowance every week. Since he started school, he's been doing fewer chores around the house since he has less time, and therefore his allowance has gone down a little bit. He is now getting $10 a week. And lastly, we have miscellaneous. This is just a miscellaneous 20 I like to stick in my purse to have on hand for anything else that comes up that I need cash for. So that's it for my cash envelopes. We're just going to add this up. 40 plus 200 plus 50 plus 10 plus 20 is $360. So I will pull that cash out of the bank, stick it in my wallet, and then I will have that for our variable expenses for the week. I'm also going to be pulling out cash for our sinking funds, but our sinking funds cash differs from our cash envelopes in that the cash I pull for sinking funds is cash that I'm going to squirrel away for future use. The cash envelope money I anticipate being spent throughout the week. The sinking funds money, though, is money that we're saving up for things that we know are coming up. Things like Christmas, we have our annual campground payment we have to make, that sort of thing. So I have quite a few sinking funds. I'm not saving for every single sinking fund every single week. I was doing that for a little while, but we have quite a few sinking fund expenses, so I'm just kind of picking and choosing based on what our goals are for the week. Starting with our camper electric, we have to pay an electric bill for at our camper when we use electricity. So I'm going to throw $20 into that sinking fund. Next, we have our campsite. That is an annual payment we have to make for our annual campsite, and we're going to stick $100 in there. I am a little bit behind with how much I've been saving for our campsite. It's due in November, and it's like $1,400, and I think right now we only have like $800 or $900, so I need to bulk that up. For car maintenance, we are adding $20. This is just for typical car maintenance, oil changes, windshield wipers, that sort of thing, as well as a little mini fund for if our car should break down. And what did I say? We're going to add $20 for that. For Christmas, we're going to add $50. Home insurance is going to get $50. Next up, we have hunting. Hunting season is right around the corner, and my husband's going to need his deer tags and a few other odds and ends, so we're going to stick $50 in that fund as well. For medical, we are actually in the negative for our medical sinking fund right now, so I'm going to add quite a bit of money to try to bring that a little bit closer to zero. It's not going to be quite there. We're still about $50 short, but you know, every little bit helps. We're going to throw $80 in there. And then for pets, we're going to do $20. Got to take care of those fur babies. Lastly, we have subscriptions, which we're going to throw $20 in. So that's it for sinking funds for the week. $410 going into sinking funds this week, which is awesome. Next, we have that extra debt. So, as I mentioned, all of our extra debt payments are going to our Lowe's card, and we are going to take that full $250 that we got from the child tax credit and put that right towards Lowe's. If we had waited and gotten our child tax credit when we filed our taxes, we typically take our any tax refund that we get and put it right towards debt anyway. So we're just taking the advance payments and putting them right to debt for a total of $250. So now we just fill in the totals down here in this total section. So this is where I would write in my income, but I'm going to leave that blank since I don't disclose my husband's income. The checking account amount is $246. Cash envelopes is $360. Sinking funds is $410. Extra debt is $250. So what I would do then is just take the income amount, subtract out all of these things, and that remaining balance would be then what I put into savings. And we have two separate savings categories, I guess, that we're working on right now. One is just our rollover or our buffer. That's the amount of money that we roll over week to week. Anything that we have left over, we like to just hold on to for next week in case we have a shorter paycheck. Just helps us make the ends meet. With inconsistent income, that's necessary. Or variable income, I guess. And then the other thing is our Pirate Booty Savings Challenge, which is a fun savings challenge from my friend Marlene over at Snow Gardener 307. I'm going to link her Etsy shop down below where she has the Pirate Booty Challenge. And if you use the coupon code BootyBooty, you can get the whole 6-page printable for just $1. So if you want to join me in the Pirate Booty Challenge, you'll see more about that when I stuff my cash envelopes in a next video. But it's so much fun. So the rollover amount is going to get the bulk of what we have remaining. I'm going to leave that blank though, again, so you can't do the backwards math and figure out my husband's paycheck. He doesn't want me to share that. But the Pirate Booty Challenge, we are going to throw $20 in there. So that is a look at the paycheck budget for my husband's second paycheck in September, as well as our child tax credit. Should be a really good week. I'm excited about it. Be on the lookout for my cash envelope stuffing video, which will come next. That's where I will pull out all of the cash that I need to stuff my cash envelopes, and we'll stuff the envelopes together. That'll be tomorrow's video. Make sure you check out my Etsy shop where you can get any of my budget printables, anything from this September pattern up to my October patterns. I would really appreciate the support. My Etsy shop is linked down below for ease. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you guys in my next video.